Bro, this chair. Are we recording now? Because,
Yes.
Bring your own fucking chair, motherfucker.
dude, what happened?
I don't know.
It doesn't
I
move.
saw that
Okay,
before.
All right.
All right, phone's off. I saw that before. That's the whole show. The whole show.
I'm going to stay like
The
this.
whole show. Are we good?
You remember Dorf?
Dorf?
Yeah. The
Who's
Carol
Dorf?
Burnett show? You ever watched the Carol
Nah,
Burnett show?
I never liked her.
Yeah. But those
She
two
wasn't a-
dudes that
she
were on it.
seemed annoying to me.
She was, but the two dudes on it, like, dude, what's going on with this chair, man?
Why would it be the same way you left it?
First of all, it doesn't do this.
It does have the option.
Okay, now it's up.
Are we on?
Oh, there's 3 things here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Now the middle one. Oh, there it is. All right, I'm good. I think.
Every time you mention it, it's always fucking complaining that you can't fucking quarter so slow. It's too hard to drive. When you turn around the corner on so slow. This just never goes away. It's getting louder each day. I'm always the same.
Yeah, stop that thing.
I'm gonna make it shorter. I am.
Listen to me.
I'm gonna make it short. He's
And-
can't adjust.
Yeah, today
I'm
I'm
he's,
having an adjustment
he's
issue.
lost.
Dude, I am like,
Fuck this
I broke my
cable.
ribs.
What?
What?
Doctor said I need a backiotomy.
Dude, my rib feels broken, and I have no idea what happened.
Well, you do
Like
know.
feel broken or are
s-
you broken?
Like bruised or fractured.
I've seen you fucking snowboard, dude. You
But-
probably hit some
Oh.
shit.
Okay, so like, do you ever break a rib? You ever bruise a rib?
No.
How about, do you ever,
I bruised a rib, but I never felt like it was broken.
okay, do you remember what happened?
Yeah.
Of course you do, because it hurt.
Yeah, hurt when it happened.
Mine was like, hey, what's this feeling I got going on over here? And it got worse over time. And it feels like a fucking fractured rib that I have no idea what happened. No impact whatsoever is in my memory.
Yeah, I've had pains like that. Not like a bad rib
mold?
one. Molt?
A mold?
A molt? What?
A mold?
A molt? Molten, gleepten, glaupten, groben. What the fuck is a molt?
A mold? A mold?
A mold?
A mold.
Oh, you're old.
Oh,
I must be old too. It
Jesus.
took
A
me way
molt?
too fucking long to get that.
A mold?
A molt?
Yo, let's start a new language. A mold?
Someone did that.
Very
the other-
fit.
I was
A
wa-
mold?
I was watching some show and there were some dude knew like pig Latin.
Oh, yeah.
Fluently.
Oh, my God.
Is that a word
he-
fluently or is it just fluent?
Fluent. Oh,
Fluently?
fluent. He knew it fluently.
Hmm.
Hi,
He knew it fluent.
Hi, producer.
Hi, producer.
Fluently. Could she say that slowly?
Can you say fluently, really slow and sexy?
Really?
Yeah.
How we say? Flu? Flu?
Not the flu.
The
That's
flu
not
is
sexy.
not sexy. I
So that's-
have the flu.
Yeah.
Come over.
I have Corona.
I have corona.
I have some Coronas if you want to come
Yeah.
over.
Bring your Heineken. Cure my corona.
Pig Latin fluently.
You know what I noticed, and I don't think it's a thing of. It might be a little of two things. Might be that I'm getting old. And this is gonna sound strange, but like, you might have noticed this as well. You notice that you don't get as many looks from younger girls anymore, right?
Yes.
Obviously, I got
know,
older.
You're opening up a can of worms here. We're all over the place. You're gonna open up a can of worms.
I mean, I
yes,
know
this
I
is
got.
true.
I know I got older.
This is true.
I used to notice.
But
I used to notice it.
yeah,
Like I used
No,
to
I
and
get
play
it.
it off cool, like
right.
I saw she's staring at me right now.
Well, I'll yeah. I mean, look,
That
you want to be
shit's-
honest
that
about all
shit's
this stuff?
Gone.
Should we be honest about all this? Is this what this podcast is for?
No,
Honesty.
Fucking lie about
Yeah,
everything.
I think so.
Okay, so I definitely want to. I want to address this thing,
Let's address it.
and I'm just
'cause
gonna
I'm
be.
feeling
I'm
it.
just gonna be transparent here.
Yeah.
I definitely go through some more days where like, motherfucker, no one's looking at me today.
Yes.
Like, but that comes from a place of being used to being looked at, obviously, right?
and not as
I'm
much.
trying not to like bring ego into this, but this is
Well,
reality,
it's
right?
a fucking
Okay.
reality. Yeah.
So yes, but I am also still surprised at some of the looks that I get.
Mine are all gone.
No, I feel bad for you.
They're all gone.
Well, I actually feel better for you than me.
But the other day,
because it just feeds my ego.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, so you're probably growing.
growing.
Yeah, growing like.
No.
Yeah, you're probably
No, I'm
growing. Not
feeling
that thing ain't growing.
I'm
but
feeling like.
defeated. Your ego is being, you're deflating the ego.
See,
great.
there's a few things.
That's
So,
great though, no?
First of all, I'm busy. I'm not paying as much attention.
Okay.
I'm going places and I'm trying to
Yeah.
do it as fast as I can. So I'm not really paying attention.
Mhm.
But I feel like that's one of those things where like there's no ignoring it. I just feel like part of it is that's also not happening as much, right?
Mhm.
That's definitely part of it. But then the other day I had a thought. I was like, because in the gym I get nothing. There's also not that many people that are really pretty in my gym, but I get nothing. And the other day I was like, I wonder if it's me.
Do you used to get in the gym? Used to get looks?
Yeah.
I feel
Not
like a
the
lot of
gym I
people
go to
A lot of
here.
people are focused in a gym and don't want to be bothered. Like that's not a thing for them, is it? Is
Yeah,
a
it
thing for
might
them?
be.
I go to yoga, dude. I'm like, no, these girls look at me.
I mean, there might have been like a little bit of a
Like I'm looking at all of them, and they're not looking at me.
like
Girls are good at that.
yes.
I mean, I'm in a yoga class, dude.
I'm
with a bunch
blaming the
of
iPhone and another thing. I'm blaming the iPhone because everyone is consumed with their phone.
Yeah, that's true.
And everyone has their fucking
It's true. But
headphones.
not
in.
not in the.
Yeah.
Oh well, the gym they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not in a yoga class though.
So you can't even be like, hey, because they didn't even hear you. And if
No.
you say it and they didn't hear you and you go, hey,
Yeah.
hello,
Hello, I'm trying to talk to
now
you.
you're a fucking weirdo.
I'm trying to talk to you.
And you can't be like, you hear me?
Yeah.
Next thing you got the Frankston Beats.
Yeah, and next thing you got the cops coming.
The cops coming.
Yeah.
But then the other day I was like, I wonder if I'm doing shit that I don't realize. Because there's people that I hear and see at the gym sing stuff out loud, pieces of songs.
Yeah.
Because they have their headphones in and they don't realize that they're speaking out loud.
Oh yeah.
And guys at the gym do it all the time with the.
Yeah.
Some of that might
And
be.
he's like, gluten.
Yeah. There's guys that all of a sudden they'll be like fucking foot on the metal, never enforce metal.
Yeah.
Like, right? Just like you.
Engine running hotter than a boiling kettle.
Like it's fucking. See, is that the words?
Engines running hotter than a boiling kettle.
I thought it was a boy named Kettle.
Oh, engines running hot. Oh, where are you going with this? They were gay?
It's one of those things.
Wait, were they gay?
I don't know. Maybe I was. I got over mine.
Boiling kettle.
Fuck.
Yeah, bro. Boy names.
Dude, I've been singing that for years.
Wow.
Years.
Well, that's why when we did that song, I was like, I'm pulling up these lyrics because although I know all these Beastie Boy songs, like I'm still gonna pull up the lyrics because I know I still listen. I'll listen to like Check Your Head.
By the way, I didn't even know it was hotter. I thought it was higher. I thought it was aces running higher than a boy named Kettle. I made shit up. I completely made
I'll
shit
listen
up.
to some Beastie Boy songs, and that was probably hands down my favorite band. Like, if you go through whose music do I know more lyrics of,
Right.
like, and listen to more times than anyone ever is the Beastie Boys. And I'll be in the car listening to a song that's like one of their main songs, and I'll be like, oh shit,
That's the
he
lyric.
said
Right.
that. Like, because you know
Right.
what's weird? I find that if it's lower, I hear it better. When I'm cranking it, that's when I get
Yeah. You don't like loud
Boy
music.
Named Keto.
I got boy named Kettle. So I see guys doing that all the time.
Yeah.
Like they'll be walking
Yeah, so they're
around, and all of a
doing-
sudden they'll say a couple words, and I'm like, are you just that fucking guy, or you don't realize that you're fucking saying shit because you're like mouthing it, maybe because you know the song, but you got headphones, you don't realize you said shit. And then I realized maybe that's part of my problem because I was on the treadmill, the elliptical,
Yeah.
and I noticed that when I have headphones in, I fart. And
You think
and I think they're silent.
you you think you're protected. It's like wearing sunglasses.
I might
You
be
could pick your nose when you're wearing sunglasses. You're like
I might be yeah, you think you're behind tinted windows.
Yeah, you're like hiding behind
I might
glass.
be the guy that everyone goes, this is that guy that farts everywhere.
You might be.
I don't even realize it.
Wow.
Maybe that's why I'm not getting any looks.
That's
Maybe.
true.
I'm just farting.
You're farting in the gym.
They're silent to me.
You can't hear them.
Can't hear them. And I feel like I would know if it was loud. Like, that's not a loud one. It's a silent one.
You know, that's interesting. If you block out sound,
Yeah.
you can't tell because there's always a vibration.
Yeah, but I feel like I know the vibrations
Yeah,
that are
there's
louder.
a different vibration
And
to
I'm
a
like,
louder
no,
fart.
that didn't
isn't
make
there?
noise. And then I'm like, yeah, I guess I was right. But meanwhile, I don't fucking know who just said.
People are passed out behind you.
Yeah, who just looked at me like, look at this guy.
There's all of a sudden no one's on the treadmills next to you and the whole place is busy.
Yeah. Another thing is I really don't give a fuck what I look like anymore as much either.
You don't.
I've given
Well,
up
you're going
on-
to the gym though. You look good.
Well, look,
I mean,
I
you look good. I mean, well, you always try to look good, but like,
Yeah,
you
you know,
mean
like-
looks wise, older, getting older, like.
Yeah, like you know what I realized, and I could see the progression in me, and then the older guy.
Yeah.
So the younger guys wear the, I don't know, fucking Lululemon pants or some shit with the matching shirt
Yeah.
and the fucking whatever style is to do the sneaker the
Yeah.
certain way.
Yeah.
Remember how like you used to have to like curl your thing
Yeah,
up?
yeah, or
Whatever that style is, I don't
They-
give a fuck.
You're not going to follow that new trend
No,
of
I might go
20-year-old.
get.
Yeah.
I might go get nice pants if
Of
I
course.
see a nice pair. I've
Yeah.
been looking for.
Do you wear
something that has-
joggers?
I don't know what that is. That's the brand.
Those are sweatpants that are tight at the bottom.
Yeah, I have my some of them like
Yeah.
that. I mean, some are, some aren't.
That's good enough for a gym.
But then I'll put on whatever shirt, and I'll
Oh.
put on my sneakers from
Yeah,
work.
but these guys are more detailed about
They're
everything.
detailed, right?
Yeah.
So they're getting the looks from the younger girls because that's the style.
Yeah.
And then if you look at me, that's like the guy who's starting to
Yeah.
have to care. And then you see the old guy, he don't give a fuck.
He don't give a fuck. He's got on.
That's how it
Jerry's.
starts. You start to not give
Yeah.
a shit, and as your dick doesn't work anymore, you start to care completely.
It all
less.
has to do with how well your dick works, how much you care.
Yes,
I think so.
it's all about that.
That is.
Yeah,
I think there's an
it is.
equation there.
Yeah,
There might be an actual evidence to that.
I bet you there is.
Yeah.
That guy's like, my dick doesn't work.
Why do
Why
I care
would I
who's
even
looking? Yeah,
give a fuck?
try to dress to get looks.
Yeah,
It's more frustrating than anything.
exactly.
You'd be surprised at who's looking at you, though. I think you'd be surprised.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
I,
being
I'd
the older
always-
guy is not like a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're oblivious because even in school, like I found out years later, certain girls were looking at me that I was in love with.
Well, that's in school, but that's an age group. But I'm even saying now.
Right.
I'm even saying now.
Mm.
I mean, my last girlfriend, I met her. A year ago. She was 23 years old.
That's true.
It's pretty young.
You're a good-looking guy, though.
And you're not.
I think I'm okay, but I've
Yeah.
probably lost a lot. I lost a lot of it.
Mm.
I just think that as you get older, you're busy or you're not caring as much about the looks of. Maybe it's I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that go into that. I think the busy thing has a lot to do with it because you're going places and you're not really paying attention.
But if you're not paying attention, how do you know they're not looking?
Well, because I feel like I used to
Be aware that it's about to happen, and then finally focus on that.
I think like you used to just see it. Like you can't ignore that. It's almost like an instinct. Like you know that there's a chick looking at you right now.
I think we know that because we're looking more. So I'm asking you.
So maybe I'm
you're
not
looking
looking.
less now.
So I'm not looking.
Yeah,
as
like
much.
men look and girls hide looking, right? Like this is what I've always. That's what my theory is always, and that's been a lot of people's theories.
Mm.
Girls are better at not looking,
All right, I'm gonna start
Right?
looking and seeing.
right?
What
But we're
happens.
always looking, so that we're always catching,
Yeah.
because we're always looking.
So what happens if I start looking?
You might start seeing more people looking at you or looking away. Like maybe if you're looking more and they're like kind of, boop, oh, he stole me.
What do I do if I see someone looking?
Nothing. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But I think that might be a thing.
could be.
So I noticed that, and I think we've talked about it on here before. It's insane to me.
Yeah.
So I think single women, get caught less looking. Their defenses are they're on a higher level of defense.
Wait. Single women.
Are on a higher level of defense
Mm-hmm.
to being vulnerable to
To getting caught.
caught looking at you.
Uh-huh.
And I figured this out because I catch more women looking at me that are with their boyfriends or husbands.
There's more to that.
There is more to that.
Yeah, I think there's something to do with
No, I think
with
they're
confidence too.
no. I think they're comfortable, and they're not. They don't need to be vulnerable because they have somebody.
Well, that's probably true to some degree.
Yeah.
But I think there's also something to do with their confidence level, because anytime you're single, male or female, your confidence is lower because you don't have someone that you're with. And
So is it confidence or like comfortability? Like,
well, it's
yeah,
just a confidence.
I think we're both saying the same thing. You're taking it from a confidence. I get that. Like I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
You're
that's sort of the
confident,
same.
You're
sort of the
confident.
same,
You have more self-esteem. You have like you're more security.
Yeah.
Security.
Yeah, that's packed in the same.
Yeah,
same
it's-
folder.
Yes, you got like security.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
feel more secure when you're with someone.
Yeah.
So if you were sort of that promiscuous type of
But
girl,
I
you might kind of be
but
like,
I also
hey,
say
what's up?
nothing's going to happen, right? So it's not like, if a girl gets caught, like no one's going to approach them because they're with somebody. So it's like you kind of also your defenses are down because you know that you're not going to be bothered or harassed or something. I don't know, maybe, but
It's like one of those things that
I don't
when
know.
it's like one
I
of
would
those
love to interview women about this. I would love to interview women about this who are that are currently dating people or married or because I'm telling you, let's just say, let's throw out a number out there. Say I go to the mall,
Yeah.
right, and 10 women, I noticed them look at me. One is single. One is by themselves, I should say. I don't even know if they're single. 9 of them are with their boyfriends or a husband,
I hate that.
and 3 of them will get caught on a double, triple take.
How many times have you looked
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like
know.
triple, double takes. Like
Yes.
look, like knowing their boyfriend's not looking. Like
Right.
it's insane. And I'm like, unbelievable. She's looking. She's good looking. How come all those 10 other good looking girls didn't look at me when that one is smoking hot but clearly was staring at me?
Now, do you notice that happens more when you actually have a girlfriend or when you're single?
Yeah. So it was weird because like the last girlfriend I had, I was like so like.
You're so into it that it didn't matter. You didn't need anything
give a
else.
Fuck.
But I know,
I
but
didn't give a fuck, man.
but it
I know.
always
I mean, I
happens.
eventually I did. No, like, yes, I know what you're saying, and that's the usual.
If you
because
went to
you're
a bar-
yeah, and you're with somebody that you got people all over you looking, wondering. Yeah,
you
yeah.
went to a bar
Mhm.
when you were with that
Yeah,
girl,
that's
people would be all over you.
Well, that's why
Like-
having a wingman as a woman is the best thing. If you're out looking to meet people and you have a female wingman, you're hooking up.
Well, she's got to be good because
Well,
if
she's gotta
people
know what she's doing.
mistake you for being with her,
Yeah, they might not.
then they might not
Mhm.
approach you, even though they might look at you. They
Yeah.
might look at you and smile and turn away, and then it's up to you to do something. But if
Mhm.
you're with a girl that invites people over, that's the best.
Oh yeah,
I've been with girls who actually invite people, like
to hang out, come drink
they-
over here. Yeah.
Come here, come here, come here, come here, come
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Talk to this fucking guy. He's got a dick that's gonna fit you perfect.
Sold.
Yeah, like I've
Yeah.
been with,
Yeah.
I've hung out with women like that.
Right.
Man, when we were in where the fuck were we? We were on some fucking vacation years ago. Some fucking waitress was just grabbing people to come sit with us.
Oh, what?
She just liked us for some
Yeah,
reason.
and then was like,
just
get
grabbing
people over
people.
here. Yeah, yeah,
Then we had a fucking table full of girls.
yeah,
It was incredible.
yeah.
We all felt like we did something.
We did something.
We
You
didn't
did.
do
You
shit.
showed up.
We showed up, but
You
that
showed
girl,
up.
that girl did it.
That girl
because
did it.
girls
Yeah.
just know. Like you have no issue. Think about how the nerve wracking that you sometimes have to go through to go approach somebody.
Yes.
It's a whole fucking thing, right?
But
And
even-
some
even-
guys are better than
And
others.
even if you want to say something to a guy, like, "Oh, dude, look that," like, where women are like, "Oh my god, your purse." Like, women will talk
but a guy,
to anybody.
I would have no problem walking over to a guy and saying, "Yo, this girl I'm with is fucking single. Go talk to her."
Oh yeah, well that I would.
No
yes.
problem.
No, definitely.
To go up to a girl and start a conversation is a little bit more nerve wracking than
Yeah.
that. You know, it's easier for some people than others. Some people can't even do it. They'll fucking fall apart. You know, it's like you put a camera in their ear, just
Yeah.
faint.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was in this yoga class last night,
Oh,
and my brain was racked again. This is why I think I stopped doing yoga.
what do you mean?
There was just too many good-looking girls in the class.
You're freaking out?
It's just not. It's not cool.
It's too much for you?
It's not cool. They're all in yoga pants.
Yes.
They're hot. They're flexible.
You can see everything.
Yeah, it's insane. It's like I couldn't focus.
You-
I could not focus.
So you left?
No, of course not.
I gotta go jerk off.
I asked the instructor to hook me up with somebody.
So
No,
the instructor,
no,
the instructor's a man?
No, the instructor's a woman that I know.
Okay.
Yeah, a friend of mine.
Mm.
Yeah, but she introduced me to somebody, and then she was like,
Hot yoga, I assume?
hot yoga.
Where is it?
She was like, then she mentioned, she's like, yo, that girl's really nice. I was like, oh, is that what you were trying to do? She's like, yeah, I introduced you to her.
Mm.
Like, but I just happened to walk over there to talk to, the lady, but it was interesting. I think so. She's trying to work on something, but it was mind boggling. The woman next to me, I don't even know how old she was. I don't even know if she was old or than I guess what I normally date. But like,
Hour class.
oh my God. Oh my God.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Or is it just dark and they're in yoga pants? And that's what I
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, you know, dark and yoga pants.
There was a Russian girl in the class with an accent, like a full on like Russian accent. Like there was just too much going on.
I
dude.
like that.
It was too much going on. And it was an intimate class. There wasn't a lot of people. There was like 10 people in the class. 4 girls were smoking
What
hot.
time of day?
Last class at night.
What's that, like 10?
7:45 to 9 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many days a week you doing it?
I did yoga twice this week. Hot yoga.
How you feel when you're done?
I like it, but my rib was fucked up last night, man. Something's going on with my rib. It's weird, but I like the feeling after the hot yoga, man.
Yeah,
I do.
I'd like to do that too.
But then I got to still stretch. It's interesting because the hot yogas, you got to keep doing it because you get such a deeper stretch that you're just a little sore. So the next day, you're like, ugh, you got to stretch out that soreness
Yeah.
because you just went so deep the night before. So there's some kind of like thing I need to find. Like if I do hot yoga, I should do hot yoga, maybe the hot yoga, regular yoga, and then skip a day. I need to find some kind of
Hot
pattern.
yoga followed by a good massage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've
Ooh.
gotten a couple of those recently too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found a good spot. Well, I don't know if it's good. I found a hot yoga place by the new house.
Yeah.
Very, very close. So maybe
Where, right in the center of town there?
No, it's like an industrial park where there's a storage facility
Where?
in Hohokus.
I know, but where? Hohokus is not big.
I'll
There's
send
the
you
main.
name.
There's that main road that with all the stores.
I've never seen this area.
Yeah.
It's a little industrial park.
Huh.
So there's a storage place because I was looking into a storage place to put some
Yeah.
like as I buy.
That's where
stuff.
people are building these studios. They're putting them. They don't even care. They don't need them in the main.
No.
They just
So there's like these
That's
old.
how my spot's gonna
There's
be.
like these old
Yeah.
warehouses and
Yeah.
shit. And I saw a sign for a hot yoga place.
You know what? You know what place I'm fascinated with, and I would love if I open up a place that it would be there in Hohokus. Like my head is going to Hohokus for some reason. And like the main
There's not much there.
the main stores,
Yeah.
and then where the car dealership was, that's blown out, and the roof is all fucked up over there. And you know where that is?
What's that?
And then like next to it, there's those with the arch windows, the
Car
brick.
dealer.
It was like a car dealer years ago in Hohokus. There's only there's like a gas station in Hohokus. There's not many. There's one.
So coming from Ridgewood.
Yes.
Oh, that area there.
Yes, the first
Okay,
area
okay,
on
okay,
the
okay.
right, there was an old
Right.
car dealership right there.
Yes.
Now go ahead of that parking lot.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the old building, and it looks
Yep.
like there's no stores. They have the arched
Mhm,
windows in the
mhm.
front.
And there's nothing in there.
There's nothing in
It
there.
still hasn't been rented.
Never.
Go look at the prices.
I know.
Fucking do it. It's gonna be gone.
It's gonna be gone.
Gonna be gone.
I know. I'm so not ready though.
How much could it be? 12, 15,000 a week?
I don't know. I don't know what things like that go for.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Should go do it. It's a
Mm.
good town.
It's a great town.
Good town. You got Ridgewood there.
You got people
You
coming
got-
through that, seeing that thing. You
Yeah.
don't even have to fucking promote the place. It'll be like,
got a
yo,
lot of
hot yoga.
housewives. They got nothing to do.
Nothing to do. And you're not far from Ridgewood. Everyone will go to Ridgewood that way because they'll go to Glen Rock, Ridgewood, any of those towns from Ridgewood, moms.
Yeah.
Anyone will go.
Every class you're gonna hear about one housewife going through a divorce.
Yeah.
You just gotta listen.
You just got to listen. That's all you got to do.
I don't care. I'll find someone. I don't have kids. Huh?
What?
What? You don't have kids? Don't want them? You don't want to ruin your body? But you like them? I got two. What up?
Don't want to ruin your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, I mean, it does take a toll on your body.
It takes a toll
Not
on
to
your
say
body.
ruined, but
Not ruined, but yeah.
you know what I mean.
You have to really be focused to.
You gotta put it back together. That's all.
You do.
Yeah.
Right away.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
If you do it right away, you know who looks like unreal still? Like Dana.
The fuck is Dana?
Dana, the girl that worked in the salon. Short little girl, dark hair, blue eyes.
I don't know why I don't remember her at all. Was she like someone that recently started
I think she took Kelly's station when she left. She came in right after
in the
her,
back there somewhere?
right next to Mercedes.
Oh, by the sink.
Yeah.
The old sink.
Yeah.
Ah.
No, the sinks are still there.
Still there?
Yeah.
That's the old sink.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an old sink.
Those are new sinks.
Oh, so buy the old sink.
True. True. Anyway.
Hey,
But anyway.
can I? Do you want to? Can you talk about your what you're thinking about? Possibly with the Iowa.
Nah, I don't know. No. No.
Yeah.
No. I
Don't
can't.
talk about it.
No.
Nah. No.
No. You just talked about it though.
You know what? I meant to ask before the show.
Yeah, no. I just been like interested, like curious, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can you talk about your curiosity?
I can. I'm also going to Tahoe Friday. If I don't, we could talk about that. And I won't be here next Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about your curiosity.
You want to talk about my curiosity with ayahuasca ceremony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not,
Okay.
Not anything else.
Sure. What do you want to know?
I want to know that.
Because you're curious.
I am. You know what? I'm curious about microdosing. I don't want to go full blown, trip and get deep into that area. I don't know.
That's what it's for, though.
I've done it a million.
Yeah.
Not a million, but
Well,
I've
yeah,
done it enough.
yeah, but you never done it in the way like the stuff that I look at. These are ceremonies done with shamans that are
I get
looking heal
Right.
an aspect of yourself that needs to heal.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. I got.
that's
you.
how they're
Oh.
using the plant medicine.
Oh, okay.
So you got to go deep.
Oh,
Yeah, a microdose isn't going to do that.
but yeah, I get it. But that's not what I would do it for.
Right.
I wouldn't do it for a healing process. I would do it for an experimental process.
What do you mean?
Just maybe a focus process.
Focus.
Just to focus into something that I'm doing and see if I can do it better.
well,
You know,
you would go in with an intention that you don't focus enough.
Okay, no, I get that.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
So what everyone's been saying is
Yeah.
that they all go in with an intention. When you do a ceremony, you have to go in with an intention.
Yeah.
And it's not for recreational. It's not for fun. You're not doing it for fun.
Right.
And all these people that talk about it are saying it's actually not that fun.
Right.
And no one is left with the feeling of wanting to do it again. And a lot of people choose to do it again, but they're not like, oh my God, I can't wait to do that again.
Right.
They're like, holy shit, I got out of that. This is what I learned. Blah blah blah.
See, I've
But-
had experiences with LSD, mushrooms,
Yeah.
different kinds of things like that, where some of them were so incredible that I said to myself, if I can somehow freeze the state I'm in,
Oh my God.
I might be able to fucking rule the world in fucking 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
You
It's
can.
just, you feel like you could do fucking anything.
Anything.
Anything. You feel like you could figure anything out. Give me a
Yep.
Rubik's Cube. Give me a fucking Rubik's
Yep.
Cube. 3 seconds. Done.
Yeah.
Right?
You can. You feel like you can.
Yeah, you really feel like you can.
Yeah.
Whatever that feeling is. Now, I don't need to get to that stage because, it also goes in different directions and you can also take a fucking turn into who knows where.
Well, right. Again,
And I don't need
that's
that in
why
my
these
life.
are ceremonies like
They
that are-
guide you.
You guide you. You have shamans and
I get
like,
it.
Yeah,
I get it.
support systems and people helping you out and stuff.
A lot
And
of
ayahuasca is very different than actual like when mushrooms or LSD.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's not the same thing.
Right.
It is not. That's what people are saying. They're actually not the same thing. DMT is totally different than all of the other.
Is that DMT?
DMT is in ayahuasca.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, the reason that I've been interested in it because I've always liked those experiments
Mhm.
that I've put myself into, right? But I've also been kind of fearful of certain areas that you can get to because I don't want to there's just no need to get to certain places that can take you. I'm saying if not
You
in
don't.
a way
You
where
don't know that though. You might. It
you
might.
don't know.
So you might take you to a place, and it might be scary.
Yeah.
And you might go to a place about yourself, right?
Uh-huh.
And that needs to get healed and fixed, and you get to look at it and see that may be the thing. When that thing's removed, you may open up and be clear about other things in your life. To
I see that.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So like you're saying no.
Just now it stopped?
Yeah.
All right.
I put again. It's really weird. I don't know.
So we're back?
Yes.
Oh, we are back.
Technical difficulties.
When did it end?
Like 1 minute ago.
Oh, 1
As soon
minute
as-
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying because people are into that. So it gives you you would be I see what you're saying.
Like a lot of programmers.
So it's
do
like
it.
it's like right. So it's like the alpha brain ain't doing it. It's not strong enough.
something like that.
Right. You want to get something a little that's gonna really make you focus and be in that flow state.
I want to get into a cool
flow state.
Flow state.
You want
I
to be in a
wanna
flow
see-
state.
I want to see if I can do that.
Let's do it. I mean, you. I won't do that with mushrooms.
Let's do it.
I'll consider.
Let's do it. I mean, you.
I'd consider that a relapse.
Okay.
I would support and help you try to do that and find mushrooms.
No, but it's not. You don't.
You want
do-
the cycle soap?
You don't go and buy mushrooms and take a little.
No,
That's not what
you
I'm
get
saying.
microdosing. You get
There's an actual formula to doing a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, you can
not
buy
like
it from
my
some-
fucking formula.
Do you want me to buy? I'm going to California. Do you want me to buy you some?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
What do I do? Put it in my luggage on the way home?
Stick it up your ass. I'll eat it when you get here.
Oh, cool, perfect. Now we're talking. Podcast.
Yeah, and let me get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get it out.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't even know where to get it, how to do it, or anything. I
think
heard
when-
you almost don't feel it. Some people
I
say
heard that too.
Some people say
You almost don't feel it.
you don't it's not you're not tripping.
I always wonder that too. It's like all these people, these podcasts I listen to, and everybody's like privy to all this information and know all these people. Where are all these people?
I know.
We're in the worst area for like this fun. This is California,
or
Colorado.
we just don't look at well,
No,
yeah.
we're just not in the thing. Don't get me wrong. I've looked up ayahuasca. Like if you go on like Reddit, like there's like underground threads that were like, hey, sign up to this thing and we'll tell you where the next ayahuasca ceremony is going to be in New York City. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like they're
Yeah.
around here.
Mhm.
They're you start to get worried because you don't know what they are, like who's doing them, who's performing them. Are they just making these drugs up and then giving you some drugs so you trip out? Like,
Yeah, man.
I don't want to do that. Like,
No.
I don't want anyone to do that. Really. I mean, that's not. I'm saying curious anyway, but not looking to do it. But I was just curious. Like, does someone like around here really have to go to Peru, like, or to Costa Rica, or like, is it in the United States and it's just the same stuff? Like, but how do you get that plant into the United States when it's illegal here? You know what I mean?
Well, I heard actually Rogan mentioned it the other day with someone else on the show. I forget who it was, and they said that even the ones you can go to Peru and do are not like a full dose because they're afraid of these Americans coming and just fucking tripping out and getting crazy. So
Sure.
they kind of lowered the dosage a little bit. So you
I believe that too because I'm looking at all these things and that was one of my concerns. Not like like if let's just say me, like I decide to do something like this, right?
Mhm.
It would be like this is a serious decision for someone like me who has like the connotation, I guess, is like of what this stuff is. A lot of people think it's a drug,
That's what's in our head about it.
right? That's
Yeah.
what's in our head. Everyone's saying it's not a drug. Drug addicts are saying it's not a drug. Drug addicts who take it are saying it's not a drug.
Well, here's
Right?
the
It's
thing.
plant medicine.
Here's-
So anyway, but here's the point is that like if I'm doing this and I'm believing in this and I'm saying like I'm going to heal, like I want the whole thing. I'm
Yeah.
not going back.
Right.
I know people 10, 30, these guys are saying I've done it 60 times like that. Now it's almost sounding like a drug to me. Like that you need to do it 60 times.
Maybe
Like
they have
what
60
are you
things to
that
work
healed?
through.
Yeah, but like really though? But
60 things to work through.
really? Are they and who are these people? Are they better at life? Are they less angry? Are they a better human? Like I would really want to know like does this residually continue in your life? Like from what I'm hearing there's like miraculous changes that people undergo, but I feel like it could happen that one big change, you need it and that's it. And the rest is up to you on a physical level, like your exercise, your meditation, your yoga, your whatever, your you know what I mean, you're active and doing something you want to do and like all these other things. I don't know if you need to keep going and fucking take plant medicine. Like these people are taking it so much, some of these people.
What is
But like I want to know like if I go, like let's say I went and I was like deciding to do something like this, I want a fucking real dose.
okay? So let me ask
I
you
want
this.
it to take me to that place that these people are talking about.
Let me ask you this:
As scary as that sounds.
if you could talk about this, it's up to you.
Yeah.
Obviously. So you would go for a healing of some kind.
Yeah.
What is the thing? If you had to write
My
it on
intention?
a piece of paper, like
I want-
someone here's
I
write
wanna-
down what you'd want to hear.
I want to
heal.
know why I don't live up to my potential.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm coming with you.
Yeah. I want to
Yeah.
know why. I know in my heart of hearts that I'm capable of so much. I've known since I was young,
Yes.
and then like everything like so like I played football, right?
Mm.
I played football. I joined football. My parents kind of made me, right? I was in the 6th grade, right? in 3 weeks, people were like, the coaches were like, who the fuck are you, dude? Like, I was captain of the football team, murdering people. The coach told me that if I continued to play football, that I would have a full ride to any college of my choosing.
Because you were that good.
I was like a fucking nutcase. Like, dude, I was insane. But he also saw how smart I was at the game. I understood the game. I understood everyone's position
Were
when
you
I played.
quarterback?
I was not. I was defense and offensive end, and then I was on every special team. They were having me throw the football. They were ready to fucking get rid of the quarterback that they had, but then they realized they'd rather have me tackling people. Like they were like, "Can you throw a ball too?" I was like, "Yeah, I know how to throw a ball." I was like, "I threw a ball, I could throw passes, bombs, touchdown passes." Granted, I mean, size-wise, I mean, I know there's people my size in the NFL. I'm not like taking it there, but like
Yeah.
this is what the coach told me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I did? Stop playing football.
No, you
Right.
listen. You
So it's
said
like-
you hit it on a good. You
Yeah,
hit a
so it's
good-
like I can take you to so many different things in my life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I was like the best student in my grade in my school, and I didn't give a fuck.
just didn't care.
I could have if I studied hard, if I had great study habits and loved and like enjoyed learning,
Yeah.
I could have gone to any college I wanted. I would have got a fucking scholarship to any college. I would have had straight A's in high school, no problem. I got A's and B's without bringing books home. It's like I figured out an easier way. Like I figured out the easy way to get good grades so my parents didn't yell at me so that I had to do less. Like that's how smart.
I only got an A when my teacher was hot.
Right, there you go.
Seriously.
But like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I have all this like potential to be smart, to have capabilities, to learn things, to like do stuff, and I don't know. I just want to.
But you know what? Does
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What you just said made me feel like I gotta go do ayahuasca. Fuck microdosing. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm running on 7%.
Right, me too.
Maybe not even.
I know.
Yeah.
And I think that translates in a lot of areas. I think me as a parent, the capability I know of what I know and how to treat my children, I
Yeah.
can't do.
What?
The ways I know how to treat my kids,
Yeah.
and be a parent,
Uh-huh.
I can't do.
What do you mean you can't do?
I can't do because I don't live to my potential in that area. Like I can't do it.
You mean you
I'm like-
feel like
I'm
you
like-
could
I'm
be
like,
a
oh,
better parent?
I'm like this. Yeah, I'm like, okay, here it is. They're doing this. I'm going to exercise patience. This, blah, 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 blah. And then also I'm like, shut the fuck up and give him back. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and I like lose it, and I
Right.
don't know. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't have like I think I have the capability of patience, but I can't
Well,
find it.
training humans is not easy. I mean, so
No. I get that, dude.
You know
And
what
I
I'm
know
saying?
there's things, and I know and I understand that there's things like I can't be a friend. I have to balance trying to be a friend to them, to being
Yeah.
a parent, to actually giving them consequences so they learn. I mean, like there's all these intricacies of being
Yeah,
a
yeah.
parent, the responsibility and what they're going to grow up like, and what kind of person, and you're trying to teach them all these things. But at the end of the day, honestly, I think you're just supposed to let them learn in front of you, and you're not supposed to guide them as much as we think we do.
Right.
I think so. And I feel like I knew that, and I always knew that, and I couldn't fucking do it. I just
I see
all
it,
my
I see that.
bullshit got in the way. My own karma, my own things that I grew up with. Like so, like this thing, the way people are talking about this ayahuasca is like it's gonna take you to that place where you're gonna find where you got damaged. You know what I mean? Like
Whoa.
and try to heal those spots in you that will then create space for you to be better.
So, kind of like a funnel of thought process that gets clogged with these things that you need to find and unclog them so that you can
Yeah.
find different paths to doing those things correctly.
So now, I got into Buddhism a long time ago.
Mhm.
Had I started meditating then, when I was like, this is great. I should start meditating.
Yeah.
And although I tried it, and I do meditate, and but if I did it in the serious way that I thought I should have done it back then, again, a thing that I found that I could not live to the potential that I believed that I could be.
Yeah.
The Buddhist that I believed I could be when I first started reading about Buddhism, I couldn't live to that potential either. If I had, I think I would have been in that place today already, because that would have been like 20 something years of meditation. And what did I say? Am I getting old?
Let's go. We're back.
We're back.
Let's
And
see.
we're
Let's
back.
see on you.
And we're
When?
back. The show is backing on the. All right, so you're getting old. Talking about getting old. What you got? What do
Sorry.
You with a face like that, you got to tell me what that text
It's going to
was.
be like spring skiing where I'm going in Tahoe. Heavenly, they just sent the thing for Heavenly. Going to Heavenly North Star in Kirkwood.
Right.
Three resorts. It's going to be like 50, 49, 50 degrees sunny. Like
Oh, that's great.
the snow's going to be, soft snow and like
Nice.
sunshine and just fun. Sickness.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which reminds me, I got a lot of shit to do.
Um,
Oh my God. I can't go snowboarding tomorrow.
so
Yeah. So, well,
yeah, I get it. I see what
Uh,
you say. That's a really, really, really good way of going in there. I like that. I have that same problem.
I think a lot of people
I think
do.
most people do.
Yeah.
The only one that doesn't have that is Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He's like the only one.
He's like living to Einstein.
Yeah. He's like doing everything he wants to do and thinks about doing. Just gets it done.
Right.
Yeah, I have that same fucking exact problem.
I mean, I have ideas for like artwork and stuff, dude, that I just know that I like, and I don't try it and do it. My dad has a studio. He'd create little space for me. I can go in there and do things. And sometimes I buy stuff, like get the materials ready, and then I never show up with it. And like,
I've done that.
so many things like I want to do, and I just have this block, this like thing that just stops me from doing it. You know what I mean?
I know. What is
Dude,
that?
I was learning kung fu from Sifu Pedro Yi, who's a lineage holder of a fucking ancient fucking Southern style kung fu. Didn't get to my black belt. Was one of the better students in the class because I was learning from the Sifu and like just kind of stopped doing it. You know what I mean? It's like get there.
You feel like you know anything like from it with kung fu right now?
Sometimes I think for
Like
a
if
while
I
there.
attacked you, am I fucked? Do you know what you're
So
doing?
I just again a weird odd potential, dude. I've been in some fights, dude. If you attack me, you might have a problem.
Oh, you told me about that dude
Yeah.
you punched out.
No, like you might have a problem. If I get mad at you and start a fight with you, there's a totally different scenario. But if you attack me, like the whole world goes into slow motion when I'm in fear of like something like that.
And you slow
I've-
motion in the sense where you can see everything coming.
Oh, I've blocked punches coming from my peripheral vision before. Yeah, I got attacked in California, dude. I I murdered this kid, like murdered some kid, and I didn't even really like when I go back and think about it, like I wasn't even thinking. I just knew what to do innately. Like
I would just pass out.
I've been in fights where I knew innately what to do to get out of the situation or win or whatever.
I can get out
You
of
know.
any situation. My body just goes,
It
let's go to sleep.
There's a bear. There's a bear.
It's
There-
a bear.
There's a bear.
Want some food? Here, start from my asshole.
Yo, there's a bear. Play dead.
Oh fuck.
But I like again, it's another thing that I have this thing, and that like the same thing. It's like the
Can I
football and
fix
the
that?
fighting thing.
Can I fix that?
What?
Can I go fucking do an
I
ayahuasca
don't know.
fucking thing
Maybe.
and fix this
Maybe.
fucking problem?
I don't know, man.
Man, I am freaked out about a bad situation happening and I am not able to handle it.
So what they do with these places? So the places that you go to, right? Like they're resorts, and they're pretty well set up.
Mhm.
Right? So they're beautiful. Like there's one in Costa Rica that I look at, and there's like a couple, but there's Peru, Costa Rica, mostly those two places that I see. It's like a week stay.
Yeah.
You can take different types of lodging if you want. You want to be by yourself or with bunk with 4 people or bunk with 2 people. Like you can kind of do that whole thing, and it changes the price or whatever. It's a facility with yoga, counselors, shamans, breathwork classes. They prepare you. They feed you a 100% organic vegetarian diet to prepare you for the ceremonies, and then the ceremonies get handled at the end of the like you get all this prep work and all this intention setting and all this stuff, and then 4 ceremonies usually.
4 ceremonies.
4 ceremonies.
4 trips.
4 ayahuasca ceremonies in the vacation. Yes, in the week stay. 1 week.
It's got to be so funny to see
So
people
what I
that are
think-
freaked out. Like
What I think they do is I think they lower your. I think they ease you into it in the beginning, and then the last 2 they
Oh.
ramp up your dosage. Or
Right.
from what I'm hearing is there's people like where they take some and then they sit back and they wait around, and then they're offering, do you want more? Like, are you ready for more kind of thing? Like,
Right.
you know, and then people get up and like take another full cup or half cup or 3/4. Like I think from what I'm hearing is
Dude,
like
can
you're
you
allowed
imagine-
to decide.
You go to this fucking thing.
Mhm.
You write down a little piece of paper. You slide over to the guy.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? I want to figure out why I fucking can't get shit done.
Yeah.
Okay. You come here. Sit down. Have a seat. He gives you this fucking drink. You do your fucking weak thing, and
Yeah.
your 4 fucking doses. Yeah, give me more. Sure, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Uh-huh.
You come home and just start working.
Working.
Just start working.
I know. I mean, who knows?
5 months goes
Yeah.
by. You have a fucking art gallery.
Uh-huh.
You have a fucking yoga school.
I know. You never know.
Like fucking limitless.
Limitless. Yeah.
Right.
So the one place, Rhythmia in Costa Rica, the
Yeah.
guy went to, and he tells his story. I've seen it a dozen times on the internet, like on YouTube videos and documentaries and stuff. He was a drug addict. I think, did I tell you this, Ray? We were talking about this on the podcast? I don't know. He was
I don't
a
know.
massive drug addict, like bad.
Oh yeah. You did tell me
yeah.
that. That's
and,
the guy.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah,
moon
Yeah.
took his heart out and
Right.
replaced it with a new heart, and
Yeah.
he put it back in.
Yeah, that's happened all the time.
And then when he was done, he when he came out of it, he never did drugs again, and he was a completely different person. And people hated him. And then they were interviewing people that knew him and like were his assistants because he was a multimillionaire. He sold to one of his companies for like $170 million. The dude was a multimillionaire, and he was an asshole. And his assistant was like, dude, he came home, and I like couldn't believe. I knew there was a different person in front of me.
Really?
That dude told him the moon told him to open up a center, an ayahuasca center, and told him where and how much to pay for it. And he did.
Pretty cool. Something similar happened to me where the moon took my heart and replaced it with ice. If you ask someone upstairs, they'll tell you that
It's cold.
it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Take it back. Maybe you'll get your heart back, dude, from an ayahuasca ceremony.
Yeah. Shit.
Or
Scary.
not.
Is that scary for
What
you?
happened?
Or not. Take
Or-
the ice and left with nothing there.
Yeah, it melted away. Is
Heartless.
that scary for you?
Heartless
Is that
fuck.
scary for you?
What?
To think that you can have your heart back?
No, not at all. I feel like I've gotten a lot of it back anyway since
Yeah.
I had kids.
Yes.
You think of the world in a different way,
Yeah,
completely.
Yeah,
you
for
know?
sure.
Yeah, it's just instinctually you change regardless.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you might be the same in other ways, but
No.
you're different.
Oh, there's a part of you that changes forever.
Have to.
Uh-huh.
It just happens. You have no
Uh-huh.
choice. If
Yeah.
you don't, then you're fucking a weirdo of some kind.
Yeah.
You know, like especially for a woman. You know.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I'm not saying that the man doesn't, but I've seen women who have no problem abandoning their child.
I know, I've seen
like
it, I know.
6 months later. Like
I know. I don't
I
understand.
don't know. That's a weird.
Yeah.
Thing. You must have been crazy.
They need
before.
an ayahuasca ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I guess it
So-
could be very helpful. I'm sure in a lot of ways. If you really do want the help,
So, yeah.
it's like anything else. If you want help and you go and get it, I mean that's the first step anyway,
Yeah.
right? So you're willing to go and dig for something.
It's interesting, though, because you're taking a substance session, essentially, and I'm sober.
Well,
That's the part that I just like. That's
That's a
why I'm just
little-
more curious than
it's
right
a little
now.
weird.
I'm
And
just kind of curious.
look. It's the same.
It's like an
thing.
allegedly I'm going. You know what I mean?
You know what that is? This is like so. I was talking to her about this a few weeks ago. When you're born into a religious home, and later in life
You've come out of
decide
it. Yeah.
that
Religion's not for you.
you maybe ain't for you, or
Yeah.
you heard from a lot of people that
What are you taking a break over there? What's going on? Make her
Wait,
make her Google something.
yeah. Why don't you
Yeah.
googie it? No, like
I just want to see both of you.
Oh, I see.
Because
Back-
here, I
ah,
just
no
see a
good.
man. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
so you're born into a religious home and
Yeah.
people tell you, you know, look, you've been lied to and all these things, and there isn't any of this. No one knows.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but we don't. No one really knows.
Yeah.
You're telling me there is. The
Yeah.
fact that you're telling me there is makes you sound crazy because we don't know. No one knows. I'm not right about that there isn't anything, but
Mm-hmm.
you can't be right either that there is because no one knows. But you are stuck in the belief that there is because you were raised that way.
Yeah.
It's like as if I told you that you don't need to walk since you were born and crawl everywhere. One day when someone said walk, you said, no, it's more comfortable to crawl. It doesn't make sense to me to walk.
Yeah.
So the idea that you can fix something that isn't that you haven't found yet is sort of like that because you know that it might be there. Does that make any sense at all? I feel like I kind of lost the way to explain it.
Right. You just went
in-
out.
I went out. I tuned out. Fuck.
But well, yeah.
You know what I mean, man?
Yeah. No, I'm saying you're just looking for. Yeah, you're looking.
I lost my train of thought. Like
Yeah.
I lost what I really wanted to say.
Yeah, because I said it was like a substance that you're taking.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Exactly what. Thanks.
Yeah.
So, because we're in this belief that that's a drug,
Yeah.
we're trained over time to believe it is. It's a drug coming from the mouth of the government.
I know.
It's not a drug
But then
coming
so-
from the unheard
Right.
mouth of nature.
Right.
It's
So
like
then
you're
again-
saying it's a plant medicine.
Right.
Right? So like we're under this belief system that it's a drug.
Mhm.
So you're scared or thinking I'm doing a drug. Is it a drug?
So
You know,
here's interesting.
I
So-
think that's
here's interesting
I
thing.
believe that's more medicine than a drug.
So here's a guy that I started following, and his name is Luke Story.
As long as it's not Skywalker.
Yeah. So it was interesting because the first time I heard him, he was on.
Is that a real last name?
I don't know. He might have done it because he's got like a whole website about lifestyle and stuff. It might be like
Okay.
who knows? Who knows? I mean, he might be like a kind of a. He's a Cali dude, I think.
Right.
So here's the interesting thing. He was on it. I was sent a podcast. Aubrey Marcus, a podcast that I listen to now
Yeah.
because I was sent a few early ones, last year or whatever,
Mhm.
and then now I've recently been starting to listen to them. I was sent one. You're like, oh, you got to check this out. This guy is like, it's interesting, And what it was a guy who took plant medicine for the first time, right? Who resisted it for a really long time. So here's the crazy parallels, right? This dude, Luke Story, was born like 3 months before me, right? I'm listening to it last year. He's saying he has 22 years sober. And I was coming up on 21 years sober. So I was like, here's a dude, we're like both 30, 38 at the time. Now we're both 39,
Mhm.
right? Almost the same amount of clean, like sober time, like all this other stuff. And he resisted this and he took plant medicine for the first time. And this was like this whole podcast was surrounding about it. He finally gave into the plant medicine. He says when he was done with the ceremony, he's never felt more sober in his entire life.
Yeah, that's what. You told me that.
Right. So here's the interesting thing. This is my real point is now I'm listening to some of his more current stuff. He's done like a bunch of ceremonies now, a few of them. He did those 4, like he went and did the 4. Now he went again a year later and did another 4. So I think he's on like his 8th ceremony, right? He just posted his like 2 posts ago on Instagram. He celebrated 23 years of sobriety. And he uses the same app that I use. So, like, I know what fellowship he's in. Like, I know, or at least I know the app that he's using because I've done similar posts. So he's still saying, I have.
Is he getting pushback from?
No, he's saying, I got 23 years sobriety.
No, I get it.
He's done 8 ceremonies so far.
No, I
so
know,
he's
but-
saying, like, this is, for him, this is not an equation in
I get it.
factoring into his sobriety relapse.
I
like,
get it.
whatever
And
you
it
wanna
doesn't
call
really matter what people think, but what are they saying? What are the comments coming from sober people?
I didn't even look at comments. That's an interesting question. I should look at comments.
I don't know that
But
it
I
matters.
know for me, like I don't know, like he's got this guy's got traction. He's got Instagram followers. He's got a thing going on. You know what I mean? He's got like his whole thing. I don't think he gives he's in this community. He's in this own like kind of thing.
Look, there's going to be people that have
My
push
community is
back.
like I feel like if like let's just say okay hypothetically I go and do a ceremony
Mhm.
like I'll probably never go back to the fellowship that I'm in. I don't even know if I would
Well, why do you need to even?
because I feel like that would be
Oh,
like,
because if you don't tell them that, now you're lying.
I don't know if that's a lying. Like I might want to tell them to like go themselves, but like is that me then pushing like that
But you
could
also
start.
don't know how you're going to feel when you're done.
That's also true.
You might come back and be like, "That's a drug. I fucked up."
Yeah, that could be too. And what's the big deal?
I'm not saying that that's what. I'm just. You never know.
My thing is probably why the swing from not doing. Like I would be worried about like oh my god like I don't know man I don't know.
What is your
What
concern?
other people?
What is the thing that you're thinking could be the worst thing about it?
The worst thing about of going there or like the
Doing it.
implication of
Doing
what
it.
other people think
No, fuck them. You.
of going and doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anything.
So then, what's the issue? If you don't have any concern at
The
all,
issue is that I would have to keep it on the DL.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah.
I have an ex-wife like that's in that field and like she might think otherwise and then she could potentially say like oh wait a minute you relapsed and like I don't know if I want the kids around you right now or something like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that
Like,
is a thing.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that
'cause
would be like I would
People would think that.
tell anyone that I'm doing.
People would think that. People that don't understand it, haven't ever done it,
Yeah.
don't know anything about it at all, or heard anything about it at all, will look at it like
Yeah.
you did a drug.
Or like I would like literally do it, come back, and then sit her down and say, "Listen, I need to have a serious conversation with you. I want to let you know because I don't want to hide this thing." And like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? I went to this place and did this thing, and this is what I did. And you want to look it up and look at documentaries on it, and you can do whatever research you want to do. I'm just letting you know that I'm okay. I'm not on drugs or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that would be like, so again, it's some hypothetical. But like, I'm dancing this thing around enough to have all these hypotheticals in
What
my
if
head.
by chance,
Yeah.
you just didn't just a weird coincidence happened where you said that, but you happened to have your dick out, you forgot to put it back in your pants.
Then she would take the kids away. Big time.
It's just a coincidence.
Yep.
I just took a piss before.
Kids are gone.
I just took a piss 8 hours ago.
Yeah, kids are gone.
8
Yeah, I took a piss yesterday.
Took
I
a
don't
piss
know.
8 hours ago. I went to the mall and now I'm here.
Yeah, to tell you about what happened in Costa Rica, in Peru. I'm very fit.
Hey, you know what, man? I get the reasoning. I get the fear of the backlash from other people. I don't really care that much about that part of it, but there is a concern with the kids and what she might say and all that.
The crazy thing is that
get
like
that.
I'm trying to find documentaries to the contrary, and I can't even find any like contradictory
There's
things.
probably not enough people.
Everyone that does
There's no
it has
market
has
for that. Is there a market for that?
No, everyone that does it has this amazing experience and
No. I'm
talks.
saying there's not really
Oh.
much of a market for people who are sober that tried this.
No,
But there is a market for people who have severe PTSD and dying of cancer and things that
Dude,
they're
people-
they're
saying-
healing the process
they're
of the
saying-
fear of death.
they're saying before you go into the things, like sometimes into this like fucking hallucinogenic like other realm and then like discover shit, people say they feel the medicine first attacks parts of the body that need healing. There are people that say that it heals their cancer.
Hmm.
That's how potent they say that this plant medicine is.
Like they feel the cancer dying.
Yes. And they're cancer free.
Oh, there's actually people that have been cured from cancer.
That's what they're saying. That some people
Wow.
know they had. Yeah, they felt the cancer was cured from the ceremonies. Also, people depressed, like completely depressed. People go there and they leave not
that's
depressed.
that's one of the things.
Like
That's the big
not
one.
depressed.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
Depression.
That's huge,
Uh,
dude. You know how huge that is?
Yeah. That is what? Huh?
People are on antidepressive medication. They're still depressed. It's just that they have an antidepressive medication that's putting in more, like dope, like whatever the fucking
Dopamine.
No, not dopamines. It's the other fucking word. I can't think of it. Anyway, that they're increasing the serotonin levels in their brain, right? But like this thing's curing it. It's curing it.
Right.
You're coming out of there not depressed anymore.
Hmm.
Pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
I don't know.
Maybe I should do it. Where are we going? Peru?
Let's go to Costa Rica. It's much nicer there.
It is nice, but maybe like where's the? How do you know what's the good one?
Well, those are reputable places, and those where a lot of people go, and there are a lot of documentaries on those places. Like
Oh,
Rhythmia,
yeah?
Rhythmia is a
Oh, so it's like a
well-known
well-known
place,
place.
and they use shamans. And the guy that started that like had a super duper like crazy experience. That's the guy that had so he's like into
Super duper.
He's into He says that when he started, right, the guy, I think I don't know if he was blindfolded or his eyes were closed, and, and he was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling anything, and the guy was like tapping his head, and he goes, okay, I'm tapping your head. He goes, tell me when you see my finger, and he's like, what the hell is he talking about? He's tapping his head, and then he goes, oh shit, I see your finger.
Oh,
Like he said, he saw
with his eyes
finger.
closed.
With his eyes closed,
Yeah.
and then he goes, how many fingers do I have up?
Oh.
And he said 3.
Oh, so I want that.
Yeah, and his eyes were shut.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, you're ready now.
Whoa.
And then he fucking went.
I like that shit.
Yeah, and he said, now open up the ceiling.
That's like when I saw
Yeah,
that fucking
he said,
apartment.
he goes, now look at the ceiling. And his eyes were closed. And he goes, now look at the roof, the ceiling. And he said, now make it disappear. And then he made it disappear.
Magic.
And then he said, pick a star.
Whew.
He said, go pick a star and go to it. And then he took off and he started going to the star. But then the moon was there. And then he decided, he's like, maybe I'm going to go to the moon. And he crashed into the moon.
Better hope this guy's fucking cool because he could be like, look, see
Yeah.
that? You see that fucking gas chamber? Put yourself in there.
He doesn't do drugs anymore.
Oh, really? That's the guy that went there to get sober?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the guy. He started his own place. So
Want
I
to
think
do it?
I
You
think,
in?
No,
I think when he goes, I
Why?
think when you go there, you sit down and he tells you his story first, and then everyone like.
Why, after hearing that, do you say no?
because I need to learn more than just say I
Than
go.
what I say. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
good. Fair enough.
it's his perspective.
Herpes?
It's
I
not
got
mine.
herpes.
Yeah, you got herpes?
Uh,
Surprise.
my perspective.
Surprise. I don't
Yeah.
know that. Yeah, but I mean, don't you? But what do you think of it?
I don't think yet. It's too much. I
Too
need
much
to
to think.
see what. Yeah, it's just the first.
Time you're hearing about it.
No, it's not the first time, but the first time I know some details I didn't know before. So I need to search and see if I can do it. Maybe. I don't know. Let's
One
analyze this first.
one step at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something that you know what. You know what the coolest thing about those types of drugs are?
What?
Look at fucking Kevin type.
You guys were talking, so I figured I could get in there real quick.
The
Rogan's,
the
Rogan's
coolest
last podcast, good. Have you
Whose?
listened to Rogan's last podcast?
with who?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
What's his name?
Just feel like telling me that.
Brian Green.
Oh.
Is that 1428 or he has one out? No, it says posted today. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, so there's a lot of
You
there's
want
a
to
lot of.
promote other people's podcasts?
there's
on the
a- yeah.
podcast?
Does he even need help promoting that
not at
thing?
all.
Oh my god.
No. The coolest thing about those drugs, those medicine, whatever the fuck you want to call that thing, is like there is no turning back.
Oh, when you take it?
You are in.
Oh no, they talk about
You're
that.
fucking
I've
in.
watched a lot of documentaries on it.
Once you do
There
it,
is no turning back. They're
No.
like, ooh. So a lot of people that take it, they're also like, they're almost like they say, like they go back to take it, and say the ceremony starts at 6 o'clock. They're not like, when you're like, if you do cocaine, right, and someone told you the cocaine's coming at 6 o'clock, you can't wait for 6
You're there
o'clock
at
to come.
fucking 4.
Right. I mean, even if it's like whatever it is, you're like,
Mhm.
yeah, right, you're there at 4 and you're
Yeah.
pacing back and forth waiting for 6 o'clock.
Right.
This guy's like says he's looking at the fucking clock going like, oh my god, it's almost
There
6
we go.
o'clock. Jesus Christ, like fuck. Like not like he knows it's gonna be a good thing,
Right.
but he's like, you're not like anticipating it because it's not like pleasant
Right.
necessarily.
Yeah, I
they're
get it.
saying.
I get it. I remember that even without soul searching, even without trying to cure something or find an answer to something, just as a kid, just going and doing this stuff after you've done it before, taking it, you start getting nervous. Like I'm going for a ride.
Oh yeah.
I'm going for a mind ride.
Mhm.
Like it's gonna
Mhm.
be fucking. I don't know where we're going.
No.
I have no fucking clue where we're going.
Mm.
But it's gonna happen, no
Some
matter
things I
what.
took though, like I knew where I was going and I couldn't want it, but you're like excited, and I had that fiendy kind of couldn't wait and like did it and like like this one guy Luke Stories explains it too. Is like he's not like he doesn't act towards it like he's the way he's acted about other drugs, like he's not even calling it another drug, but certain chemicals you just treat them differently. You just can't wait to do them. You're like do them all
Right.
the time. You consume them,
Hmm.
And they also said something interesting about this too, which I heard for the first time. Is like when you do a drug, like you get hammered one night and you like you have this great experience, right? Like you peak, right? Like so you take the thing, you wait for it, it happens, you peak, and then you like this come down is like not this great experience, and it almost can make you want to do more because you're now low again, or
Right.
you're having a hangover and like like a huge alcohol binge at night. The cure of the alcohol binge is to take more alcohol. Right,
Mhm.
because it's leaving you, it's detoxing from your body. This is like you have this crazy experience that might not be so pleasant, but when you come out of it, you start to feel better.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you're not left with this, oh, I want to do that again. You're satisfied into the experience that happened, and you don't necessarily
you
looking
feel like you might have gotten somewhere.
right, and you're not looking to go, oh, so I need more now. You're
Yeah.
just like, okay, whoa. what just happened.
I
This is
might-
what
you
just
know what,
happened.
I might.
That's interesting.
I might
Like
consider
a
something
completely
like
different ride, right? Like it's a totally different ride than any other drug. Then
That. I
that
might
means
consider something like that.
that'd be interesting.
I want to find a hypnotist.
Ooh, to get you to stop passing out.
I
at the
gotta fucking
doctors.
figure this out. I gotta figure this out.
Eh.
Like I really need to figure this out. I'm a little freaked out about the situation because I feel like it's a beast. Like if you're allergic to bees, as you get older, if you get stung again, it's almost it gets worse.
Yeah.
Like
and you're
the-
getting worse. Now it's like, yeah.
I feel like it's getting worse.
Because what was the last one? You didn't even.
A camera in my ear.
That's right. That's right. It was a camera.
It was a
You were
camera.
like,
I mean, that's not
night,
as,
night.
that's not as bad as the
Night.
I told him I was like, I'm gonna pass out now, and he's like, huh? And then I woke up. It's like, what are you talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now.
Yep.
You do what you're doing. I'm gonna do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, I'll talk to you when I get up.
Yeah. Can I get something cold in my head? I need some kind of fucking cold.
Mhm.
He's like, it's there.
It's
I already did that for you.
I already did
And
that.
I'm like,
They give cold towels at the end of the hot yoga.
yeah.
Cold, yeah, fucking cold towels. She passes out. Like they pass out, and you fucking put that shit in the back of your neck, and you're like, thank God something's
What is it, like
happening.
105 or something?
No, I could never. I wouldn't even go. It's like 80, 90.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Mm-mm.
It's not like a hot yoga.
No,
It's a
I would never
medium-
go.
it's a
I've
medium
been to
yoga.
hot yoga. I won't go back.
Really?
Yeah, I won't go back. I can't breathe in 100 over 100. I can't breathe right. I'm like,
You don't like the sauna?
I could. I can't stay in a
15
sauna
minutes?
very long. Oh, I
15
could
minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, stretch and exercise for an hour.
I know. I'm
Inside
just
a
saying-
sauna.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, an hour. You're probably dead.
Yeah.
It's 180.
Oh, is that what a sauna
You can
is?
cook a
180?
steak if long enough. In 180, you can cook food.
You can.
You can. You're dying.
Yeah.
That's why you feel good when you get out. You're like, oh, I'm alive.
I'm alive. It
Yeah,
ain't
I
like
made it.
detoxed. I'm not detoxed. I'm alive.
I made it.
I know.
Someone didn't lock the door.
Yeah. Right.
Fucking
That's what yoga feels like. You're like, I
crazy.
fucking just did that
Yeah.
in that hot room, man, with a fucking smoking hot chick next to me in yoga pants
And I can see all
Who's
the
sweating.
cracks.
who's sweating.
All right. So, what do you think? We wrap this up?
Yeah, man.
We're good.
Yeah. We're good.
Mhm.
You end it so terribly. We used to just click the thing and know when it was over. And now you're like, what do you think?
I'm getting bad at endings.
Yeah, you're getting bad at endings. We need to go do ayahuasca, bro. You're getting bad at endings.
I know.
You got to figure. That's just set your intention. How much better? You got to get better at endings
Guys
again.
like, what are you here for?
Like you in the past, you would have been like, and you're fucking highness. You could see all the cracks. Dun, 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 dun.
I gotta get better at my endings.
Yeah.
What are you here for? My endings. Are
My
just starting to-
podcast endings are terrible.
I gotta fix them. I
Yeah.
gotta fix them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will get back to you soon with more information on these trips and licks and techniques.
She's going to research ayahuasca, and she's going to be interviewed on the podcast next time.
Yeah, I'm doing this right now.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
We're
slip my
talking.
whole family ayahuasca in the next
Oh,
dinner we have.
sick.
Everyone, the kids, everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone. What would happen? And how many times has that been done?
Oh, you get deep into these documentaries. You know they say they give like thousands of years ago the tribes that in South America that
Just gave it to their kids.
little bit as they could to
Eat
get
that.
them to
Eat that.
progress like into a spiritual world. Yeah.
Well,
Dun-dun-dun.
that's all, folks.
Did you get the spelling on that? A-Y-A?